He thought it was better to go with, well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. At the time, Eazy's, his persona was like, do you go with Suge? He's like, well, he's a gangster. You don't want to get killed. Do you go with Eazy? You hear all the stuff talking about, oh, he was taking the money. So we thought, oh, we go with the church boy. We'll go with MC Hammer, but he was the most gangster one of all of them.
I heard about it.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101.
He got us a ticket the next day. And we flew out to LA, and we were met at the airport with Hoes with Attitude. Remember Hoes with Attitude? They was there, and he was like, whatever you want. I mean, he was just very accommodating. And it was cool. We met with them. They liked us. And then we heard that there was another group, and they were from St. Louis, and that was Bone Thugs and Harmony. And it was like, we did it. Back then, I'm real old school. We had things called demo deals. Okay. And the demo deals were 3 months. They gave you a 3 months to be on the demo deal. And after the 3 months, once 3 months was up, they had 1 day to either decide to keep you or let you go. And I was told that, because at the time, Suge Knight was interested in us. We had a lot of people that were interested in the group. And at the time, our production company, Whole Nine, they had just signed a contract with MC Hammer. And so they were like, well, Ham wants to see you guys as well. And so when we were told that Eazy didn't pick us up, which I found out now was a lie, the dude in the group who started the group didn't even tell us Eazy called and wanted us.
Wow.
He thought it was better to go with, well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. At the time, Eazy's, his persona was like, do you go with Suge? He's like, well, he's a gangster. You don't want to get killed. Do you go with Eazy? You hear all the stuff talking about, oh, he was taking the money. So we thought, oh, we go with the church boy. We'll go with MC Hammer, but he was the most gangster one of all of them.
I heard about it.
I
heard he was.
Because you thinking, oh, I'll go with the guy who go to church, you know what I'm saying? And, holy, all that kind of stuff. And you thinking, and no offense, Ham, but I really look back and go, God, we should have stayed with Eazy. You know what I'm saying?
We should have stayed with Eazy.
Yeah, Eazy was honestly, a lot of stuff you talk about, he was a cool dude. A lot of wisdom. A lot of people didn't understand that. Eazy came from a lot of wisdom. He came from, a lot of people, and I think this is what Melvin was talking about. A lot of times we look up and we say, oh, the gangsters, this and that, but a lot of us wasn't true gangsters. You know what I'm saying? We hung around people that were gangsters. Because I'm going to be honest with you, a true gangster like Melvin and them, they don't want to be on the media. They don't want to be on television.
No.
They don't want to do their dirt in front of everybody. They don't want to brag that they killed people and that they sold this.
He wasn't even supposed to be on the panel that day. I know you seen the big blowout in here.
Yes.
It went viral. It was all over World Star, and it was on Vlad and all Cam Capone and all the Southern Dallas Global. Everybody.
Well,
was
I'll be honest with you,
listen,
the true gangsters, true. No offense, the true, and y'all.
That was his
rappers,
first time.
Y'all rappers
Lamar,
and the people that
they never
I'm
been
down
on
with this and that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm an OG. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You ain't worried about studio time. You ain't worried about getting the rings on your finger. You ain't worried about getting a Grammy. You ain't worried about why are my billboards not that. You worried about the streets. You worried about your hustle. You worried about making money for your neighborhood, your family, your baby's mama. You worried about that.
So
you know what I'm saying? When you don't want to do it in front of, and you don't want everyone to know your business, because when you talk and you let everyone know your business, people research, and you know what I'm saying. And that's a way of you leaving this world, because you got a lot of haters. You got a lot of people that get mad when you come up.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I was just telling my son that before y'all got here. You are a true legendary guy, man, for what you guys have done, man. Where's the other guys in the group? But you left them. You just left the group. You left.
No. I own DRS LLC.
Okay.
And so I go under as Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, or DRS.
Okay.
So I have two other guys that I hired, and they come along with me sometimes when I'm doing the whole group. Unfortunately, the guy who started the group, Chris, he's in prison.
Okay.
And then my baby bro, Lavelle, the one who was in the casket.
Yeah.
He's my writing partner. Unfortunately, he's incarcerated as well. And we're trying to work and trying to get him out right now. It's this new law in California where they kind of, they got rid of 3 strikes.
Yeah.
But they got this SB, I can't think of the name of it, where this is what we got to watch out. And this is the reason why I tell people you got to learn these laws. You got to learn the laws and stuff like that, because even though we got rid of 3 strikes in California, they put a new law in that if you're an habitual and so what was going on is that you had all these, no offense, white people, Caucasians, that were stealing bread, and all of a sudden they're getting life sentences. And they were like, this ain't right. But what happened is, when we go to prison or we do things, a lot of times we're doing the same thing. So if I got caught with a dope charge, the next time I go in, if I get caught with another dope charge,
Mm-hmm.
the third time I get caught with a dope charge, they're going to say I'm not rehabable.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're going to do is they're going to lock me up, or they might put me into a mental institution, saying, you know what, we can't really, we can't get him back on the streets,
Mm-hmm.
and you're stuck there, and you're stuck in this legal system where they won't let you out. You know what I'm saying? And so one of my boys is going through that. One of my boys got a little depressed about the industry. You know, and this is the reason why I'm trying to work on this thing called Second Coming. It's a reality show, and you know, the industry is, you know, people talk about the Illuminati and stuff. I just call it Satan. I call it the devil.
Exactly.
Most
You know,
definitely.
I just call it the devil. And I tell people, my boy got really depressed. You know, when you're told you're owed $4 million and you ain't got a dime, you know, you'd be depressed too. You know what I'm saying? You would. And so he was like, I don't want to do music no more. So he got out. And then one partner, and I'm gonna talk about you, my boy, my cousin. He decided he don't even want people to know he was part of the group. You know what I'm saying? He just.
How many was in the? How many?
5 of us.
5 of you. I thought it was.
So I'll be honest with you, I'm the only one, but it was by the grace of God that I was able to sing every part. I'm the only one that actually can represent DRS right now. I'm trying to get my boy EJ back with me. I think if that happens, man, I'd be so blessed.
Who said? Whose songs? This song dedicated, and you were going in, man. He's
This
smooth.
song's dedicated to my homies in that gangsta lean.
Yeah, he come in smooth. Just like,
Why'd you have? I'll be honest with you. I wanted this after the two of them wanted to leave. I was like, well, shoot, we could be the next OJs.
This song's dedicated to my homies in that gang.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101.